All right, so welcome to another deep dive, everybody. Today, we are going to be tackling the wild world of Donald Trump's new meme coin, the Trumpy coin.
Wow. Yeah.
Our main source today is this pretty interesting article from the Economic Times, and it was published on January 18th, 2025, just days before Trump's inauguration.
Very interesting.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Super interesting timing.
Yeah.
So we're going to try to figure out if this thing is a legit investment opportunity or if this is just like another one of Trump's campaign gimmicks.
Yeah, I think the timing of this is really interesting. It's pretty strange for a president-elect to be launching a meme coin, days before taking office.
Totally, yeah. I mean, shouldn't he be like, I don't know, preparing to lead the free world? Instead, he's like, hey, everybody, check out my new meme coin.
Right, and it seems like people are really excited about it. Within just 3 hours of its launch, Trumpy hit an $8 billion market cap.
Yeah, that's insane. Like, that's more than some established companies are worth, right?
It really is. It's a testament to the power of hype and maybe a bit of a speculative frenzy.
So the article talks about how Trump announced the launch on Truth Social and X, and let's just say the wording was kind of bizarre.
Oh, yeah, definitely. People were wondering if his accounts had been hacked.
Right. Especially with that misspelling of Peggy Schwinn in one of his posts. It made the whole thing seem, well, a little amateurish.
Yeah, for sure. Which is not exactly what you would expect from a venture associated with a former president.
Yeah, you'd think they'd have like a professional social media manager or something.
Yeah.
At least spell check.
Exactly.
So then there's the whole price action thing. The price of this thing skyrocketed over 300% in just a few minutes.
I know, it's wild, isn't it?
Yeah, it went from 18 cents to over $7.
Yeah, something like that. The Economic Times mentions this one trader who made, get this, $20 million profit in under an hour.
What?
Yeah.
Jeez. Okay. So clearly there's money to be made here.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But that kind of quick profit potential, that always comes with a lot of risk.
For sure. For sure. Okay, so we know people are going crazy for this thing, but what exactly is it? Like, what is the Trumpy coin all about?
Well, according to the article, it seems to be inspired by Trump's campaign slogan, fight, fight, fight.
Oh, yeah, right. From his rallies in Pennsylvania back in 24.
Yeah, exactly. And while the official website says the coin is not political, the timing and that slogan, it's all a bit suspicious, isn't it?
It does make you wonder if this is more about fundraising or capitalizing on his brand than anything else. It's almost like he's taking the whole, Make America Great Again playbook and applying it to the world of cryptocurrency.
Right. It wouldn't be the first time he's launched a product with his name on it.
Oh, absolutely not. This is the man who brought us Trump Steaks, Trump Vodka, Trump University. The list goes on.
And those ventures, well, they didn't always turn out so well. Let's just say that.
Trump University, what a disaster.
Yeah, not exactly a shining example of business success.
No kidding. So is this Trumpy coin destined to be the next Trump University? Is it all smoke and mirrors? Or is there something more substantial behind it?
Well, that's what we're here to try and figure out.
Okay, cool. So for our listeners who might not be experts in cryptocurrency, can you kind of break down what a meme coin is and what makes them so different from, Bitcoin or Ethereum?
Sure. So meme coins, right, they're cryptocurrencies, but they get their value not really from any kind of underlying technology or utility. They're more about internet memes, social media hype, that sort of thing.
So it's like investing in a viral joke.
Yeah, basically. And that's what makes them so risky. Their value can fluctuate wildly based on, online trends and what people are saying on Twitter.
Right. So it's not like investing in a company with, actual products or services. It's more like investing in the collective mood of the internet.
That's one way to put it.
Sounds pretty risky.
It can be, for sure.
And in this case, we're talking about a meme coin that's directly tied to Donald Trump. A guy who's known for being, unpredictable, to say the least.
Absolutely. That adds a whole other layer of, let's call it excitement to the equation.
More like volatility.
Oh.
Okay, so just to recap, we have a former president launching a meme coin that's inspired by a campaign slogan.
Yep.
Its value is going through the roof, even though there are a lot of questions about whether it's actually legit.
Right.
And all this is happening against the backdrop of the wild and unpredictable world of meme coins.
Exactly.
This is a lot to unpack.
It is.
So to really understand where this story might be headed, we need to dig a little deeper into the details of Trump itself.
For sure.
Look at the tokenomics, the technology behind it, and the potential for, let's say, unforeseen circumstances, given, who's behind this whole thing.
Sounds good to me.
So let's get into it. What can you tell us about the structure of Trump and the potential red flags that, investors should be aware of?
All right, so one of the first things to understand about Trump hack is its tokenomics. So it launched with 200 million coins out of a total supply of 1 billion.
Okay.
But here's the catch. 80% of those coins are owned by, guess what? Companies that are directly tied to Donald Trump himself.
Wait, 80%? Seriously? That doesn't sound very decentralized.
No, it doesn't, does it?
More like, Trump centralized.
Right. And that raises some serious concerns about transparency and, control.
Yeah, because a small group of people, or maybe even Trump himself could, manipulate the market to their advantage. Right?
Really, that's a worry.
And remember that tweet from, what was her name? Terrible 808, the one comparing Trump to, a Trump stakes rug pull?
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Can you explain what a rug pull is and how it applies to, this situation?
Yeah, sure. So a rug pull is when basically the creators of a cryptocurrency just abandon the project, taking everybody's money with them.
So basically it's a scam.
Yeah, pretty much.
So are you saying that some people think this whole Trump thing could be a giant rug pull orchestrated by Trump himself?
Well, it's not impossible. I mean, remember what happened with Trump stakes?
You were all hype and no substance.
Exactly. And some people are worried that Trump could go the same way, leaving investors holding the bag.
Wow. This is turning into a financial thriller. Soaring prices, potentially shady ownership, whispers of a rug pull. What's next?
Well, to really get to the bottom of this, I think we need to dive into the psychology at play here. Why are people so willing to jump into something like this?
Good point. Why are people so eager to invest in, a joke, essentially?
Well, that's what we're going to explore next.
Yeah, it really is fascinating. What makes people want to just throw their money at something like this?
Well, a lot of it comes down to human psychology, right?
Okay.
Meme coins really thrive on this thing called FOMO. Fear of missing out.
Oh, yeah, right.
So when everybody is talking about this thing and the price is going crazy, it's hard to resist,
It's like when you see a line outside a new restaurant, you just assume it must be good, even if you have no idea what kind of food they even serve.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a herd mentality. We're social creatures, and we like to follow the crowd, especially when it comes to stuff like investing,
Yeah.
when everybody is looking for a quick buck.
And in this case, you've got, the Trump factor. His supporters are super loyal.
Oh, yeah.
They'll buy anything with his name on it.
Absolutely. There's definitely a group of people who see this not just as a financial investment, but as a way to show their support for Trump.
Right.
They believe in his vision and they're willing to put their money where their mouth is.
So it's kind of like a mix of FOMO and herd mentality and maybe even some political loyalty.
It's a potent combination for sure.
Yeah. Especially when you factor in the potential for those quick games.
Oh, yeah. But we can't forget about the other side of that coin, right?
The losses.
The losses. Yeah. Meme coins are so volatile.
Yeah.
They're super susceptible to manipulation, as we've been talking about. And with this one, you have Trump,
Right.
And you never know what he's going to do or say.
It's like investing in a company run by, I don't know, a reality TV star,
Yeah.
Someone who's always looking for attention.
Yeah, exactly. A single tweet from him could send the price of this thing soaring, or it could tank it. Who knows?
Okay, so let's say someone is listening to this and they're thinking, you know what? I'm feeling lucky. I'm going to buy some Trump Temple coin. What advice would you give them?
First of all, understand the risks. Meme coins are not for the faint of heart.
Right.
This is high risk, high reward. You could lose everything.
Yeah, this is not like buying a savings bond.
Not even close. This is the Wild West of cryptocurrency.
Exactly. So don't bet your life savings on it.
Exactly. If you do decide to do it, just, don't invest more than you can afford to lose.
Right.
All right.
Treat it like gambling money.
Yeah, exactly. And do your research. Don't just follow the hype blindly. Look into the project, understand how it works, and try to figure out if it's going to be around, in a year or two.
But how do you do that with something like this?
Yes.
I mean, it doesn't seem to be based on anything real,
Yeah, it can be tricky. But you can still look out for red flags. Is ownership super concentrated? Are they being transparent about how this all worked? Something like that.
So approach Treme with a healthy dose of skepticism.
Lots of it.
Okay, good advice.
Yeah.
So we've talked about the risks, the psychology behind it, and the importance of doing your research. But what about the bigger picture?
Yeah.
What are the implications of this whole thing? Whether it succeeds or fails, like what could this mean for politics, finance, money in general?
That's where things get really interesting.
Okay, I'm listening.
So one thing to consider is like, what if other politicians see this and decide to do the same thing?
Oh, yeah.
Like what if every politician has their own meme coin?
That's kind of scary.
It's definitely blurring the lines between entertainment and finance and politics.
Yeah.
Like imagine if politicians could just create their own money,
Right.
It's a potential game changer.
Yeah, and not necessarily a good one.
Exactly. And then there's the impact on the crypto market as a whole, right?
Right.
Like if Trumpio fails, it could make people scared of all meme coins.
Yeah, they might think it's all a scam.
Right. But if it succeeds, it could actually legitimize them,
Interesting. So Trumpy is kind of like a test case for the whole meme coin thing.
In a way, yeah.
And the outcome could ripple through the entire crypto world.
Absolutely. The stakes are pretty high.
Wow. So we're at a crossroads, huh?
It feels that way.
One path leads to meme coins becoming mainstream, and the other path leads to them being, just a fad.
Exactly.
So which path will Trump choose?
I guess we'll have to wait and see.
So we've been talking about this whole Trumpio coin thing. It's been a wild ride from that weird launch to, the psychology of meme coins.
Definitely.
And even the potential for political and financial, chaos.
It's a lot.
But let's get down to it. Is this thing an actual investment or is it just a gamble?
Well, as we've been saying, there's no easy answer.
Right.
Meme coins are inherently risky, right? They're based on hype, not on anything concrete.
Yeah, but people are making money off it, right? A lot of money.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
In the short term, the potential for big gains is definitely there. But it's important to remember those gains are often, not going to last.
So it's like striking gold. You might get lucky, but...
Yeah, it's more about timing and luck than anything else.
And with Trump Pal, you have the whole Trump factor on top of it.
Exactly.
Which makes it even more, unpredictable.
Right. He could tweet something tomorrow and the whole thing could crash.
Or could go even higher.
Right. Who knows? That's the thing.
So for our listeners, what's the takeaway here?
I think the biggest thing is just to be careful,
Approach this and any meme coin, really, with a ton of caution. Do your research, understand what you're getting into. And don't risk more than you can afford to lose.
Right. Don't get caught up in the hype.
Exactly.
Okay, good advice. So where does this leave us? What's the final word on Trump?
Honestly, it's too early to say. The future of this thing, and really the future of meme coins in general, is still up in the air.
So, more questions than answers.
Kind of, yeah. But that's what makes this whole thing so fascinating, right?
True. The rise of Trump has really shown us this weird connection between politics, celebrity, and cryptocurrency. Yeah. It's definitely something to keep an eye on.
For sure.
Well, this has been a very interesting deep dive.
It has.
Thanks for breaking it all down for us.
Happy to do it.
And to our listeners, we hope you learned something today. Remember, knowledge is power, especially in the world of cryptocurrency. So stay informed, stay curious, and we'll catch you next time.